Good.
Sounds good.
Call to order.
I'm going to call order this Justice and Public Safety. First on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Mike's not here and he runs the meeting, so you're not going to.
Okay, item 3 is the adoption of the agenda. I need a motion to adopt. Moved by Duje, supported by Brown. Any questions? If not, please vote. Say aye. Verbal vote. Any nays? No nays. Thank you. Item 4 is the approval of the minutes dated December the 7th, 2017. I need a motion to approve. Moved by Jolette, supported by Leonetti. Any questions? Any additions? Verbal vote. All in favor, vote by, say by aye. Aye. Any opposed? No opposed. Thank you. Number 5 is public participation, 5 minutes maximum. Is there anybody from the public who wishes to speak? I see none. Moving on to item number 6, which is a presentation, crime map. We have our Sheriff Anthony Wickersham here. Sheriff Wickersham, if you would.
Good afternoon. You like that? All right. So you were asked, I was asked to be here to do a little presentation. So let me give you a little history. We were using a product called CrimeDar for many years. Most of the local agencies here in Macomb County, even Southeast Michigan, were using that. And that information was fed from the records management system and CAD system, and it was put out daily. And the members of the communities could go and search a local community and see what's going on in their community. 3 years ago, when we did the dispatch consolidation with Sterling Heights and Clinton Township, we moved to new technology, which was New World, which is now Tyler Technology, and we were having some trouble getting the CrimeDar, the mapping software that we used to work with it. And after going back and forth with them, not thankfully, but luckily, IT and the planning department approached us and said, look, we can develop a real robust crime mapping that we could put on the website and really is going to inform and help you guys out. So it was over a year-long project, working to get this thing up and running. We went live January 1st. Looking at it today, there's still some bugs in any software, and we're going to be working on them as far as making sure we're getting all the information out there. But real quick overview, it's you go to MacombSheriff.com and hit the crime map, and it'll take you to this page here, and we just kind of agree. And you'll look at a map, and what's being reported is a week's worth of activity that Macomb County Sheriff's deputies are engaged in for a week. So that's our 6 contracted communities, the 4 northern townships that we have some police coverage in. You'll see there'll be some Clinton, there may be some Chesterfield, and some crossover activity that either traffic units or cars driving to and from their location may have been involved in. Go ahead.
Commissioner Carabelli?
Is it that Shelby isn't being reported, or they just don't allow that stuff to happen in their community?
This is Macomb County Sheriff's Office.
Thank you very much.
Look at this little Ray Township. There's not one dot in there. All right. Anyways. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So you go on over to where it says incidents in the past week. We'll download it, and we have developed what we believe are some of the more question-type activities. We have some alerts. We have some animal complaints, assaults that are occurring in the community, assists of either other departments, fire departments, those type, drug and alcohol, fraud investigations. We have inspections. Every time a number is pulled for an incident inside the county jail, there's a number that's created. Marine Division complaints, other type of complaints that pop up, property type crimes, public relation, and traffic. So we're pulling all of this information from our records management system, 8 p.m. every night. It's downloaded and put into the the program here, and so what would happen is the 8th day falls out and the new 7th day comes on. But what we do like about this and what is really interactive about it is, you know, if we were just to find, let's see, I just used the assault. If we went and we checked on the assaults, and you can see what was going on. If all of a sudden something showed up, and, you know, a lot of times I get calls, hey, why are 3 cars at this address? You know, now I can just tell them, you know, wait till after 8 o'clock and you can find out yourself. No, then I don't have to bother my dispatchers. But anyways, there's information. So the public can go and look and see what's going on in their community, right? So we could just click on that and we see that's an assault. And what we really like about this is some of our home invasions, some of our larcenies, or maybe even some suspicious activity. You know, if somebody's in their, you know, home and they're looking up what's going on their street, and they see like this type of complaint and say, wow, it's an assault, and maybe they witnessed it. You know, maybe they have information that'll help our investigators. All they need to do is click on that. And again, this is something that you know, we're still working on, and I noticed as we're going through, we have the incident number, we have the type of incident that, you know, you can choose, and we have this location of this incident, and then all you really got to do is go on there and say that, you know, at this date, I did see a suspicious vehicle with 3 occupants, this is what they were wearing, want this information to go to the detectives, and then that'll be sent to our investigators. It does ask for your name and email, and right now I was questioning why this would be a required. We are changing that to optional because we want this information to be anonymous. We want people to give us information, and we'll follow up on it. So we like that feature. And, you know, again, checking things out, you could just, you know, want to type in Harrison Township. We hit it. And it'll, if I can get it, there we go. It'll go right on into where Harrison's at. And it'll pull up everything. You could just put your cursor over it, see what's going on, click on it. It's going to tell you it was a fraud investigation. Oh, this is up in Macomb, I'm sorry, but. Whoa, here they go. Here they go. They're popping up. There we go. So we've got, what do we have in this one here? This was an assault on Wisteria Drive. You know, the green ones are traffic. If we look at the bottom, you know, this is just takes us back to the home page. List of incidents. We have a legend. See that? Has everything what we're explaining, what the different colors are. I mean, they did a great job, and I think this is very, very robust. Again, it needs some tweaking. And there's the public side, which you're looking at right now. There's also a what we call a private side that's just used for us, where we're able to go on in and pull the incidents up. As you'll see, there's some sensitive complaints that we won't put up there, criminal sexual conduct, those type of complaints. We're going to keep those, maybe some drug activity that might be going on, that there's ongoing investigations. We just don't want that to get out yet. But from the private side, I'd be able to get in there and we'll be able to do pie charts and graphs and see what's going on, and we can set patterns and use it as a proactive tool for the deputies out on the road. So with that, I take any questions.
Thank you, Sheriff. If I may, I'll take a motion to receive and file first. Motion by Gillette, supported by Commissioner Sauger. Any discussion? Nope. I see no speaker, so no, excuse me.
Thank you.
Commissioner Lucido. Commissioner Lucido.
I'm here. Thank you. Good job. This is really cool. And what I'm wondering is, how do we get this information out to people to know that it exists?
We did a press release on it.
You did? Okay.
We put it out. I know it was run Macomb Daily and a couple other places it was in the paper there.
Okay.
And again, it's on our website, so those individuals that go to the website, just the right-hand side, they'll see crime maps.
Okay.
And they can click right on it. Yeah, we did everything we could to get out and promote it because, again, try to be transparent and get
It's
that
really
information
cool.
out.
Yeah, it's very informative. I can see my area has quite a few, though. I'm going to go back and really look into it. Okay, thank you.
Commissioner Kraft?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Sheriff, for this. Half of my communities are covered by the Sheriff's Department. The other half are covered by themselves. And obviously, Chesterfield, New Baltimore, there's nothing on the map. I'm just wondering if there's any plan to work with those communities that do have their own departments to combine the information to have this all in one spot. I believe Chesterfield does have the ability for myself to go on and see, a crime map like this. But I'm just wondering if there's a way to pool the resources and have it all in one spot.
I'm always willing, to collaborate with the locals, and so that wouldn't be a problem.
Has there been any discussion about that yet?
There hasn't.
Okay.
Again, we just went
Just getting
live,
it off the
just
ground
went
first.
there, and it's been over a year trying to get this thing worked and again, all the credit, my staff worked on it, but IT and the planning department of Macomb County were the ones that approached us and said, look, we can do this. And I think we were paying around $2,400 a year for the other software product, which was very reasonable. But I got a better deal on this one. It didn't cost anything, so except for time, and they definitely need the accolades.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Did a
Thank you,
great
Mr.
job on
Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Leonetti?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And Sheriff, I wanted to thank you for this too, and you brought it up, but I was going to commend you for using our IT department internally to come up with this software program that looks really neat. The one question I have, out of the 335 incidents over the week, 90 of them are classified as jail. And I'm looking at the screen right here, and I can see the jail one has like a padlock almost. Well, I didn't have a chance. I was browsing around on it when I saw the press release, and I didn't realize 90 out of the 335 were jail related. What would those incidents be?
So you are going to have, as far as classifications that we're pulling out of the jail, they could be extraditions, if we pulled a number, some type of escape. Big one would be contraband inside the facility.
Okay.
If there's any assault on inmates, assault on staff, lost property, damaged property, sick inmates.
Okay, so different incidents that deputies were required to have their attention
when
on.
there's an incident inside the facility.
Gotcha.
Again, there's a report generated and documented as it relates to unified crime reports. Those are not reported to the FBI.
Okay, all right, thanks,
Because
Sheriff.
all of the incidents that would happen, the city of Mount Clemens would,
Be reported.
their crime stats would go high.
Right, yeah, that's what I was wondering about.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Sheriff. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner Leonetti. Commissioner Dujay?
Thank you very much. Sheriff, nice job. This is beautiful, especially considering that we did it all in-house. The question I have is it goes to that confidential business that you mentioned. Get rid of the names and so on and so forth. But is the information on this FOIA-able? Can people FOIA the stuff,
Yep,
to
well-
get, even if it's confidential?
Well, let's just say we didn't.
You know, somebody reported a drug house or something.
Right. Or if somebody, again, if you saw 3-4 police cars,
Right.
you see the crime scene unit at a house, and somebody wants to know what goes on, all they need to do is send in the FOIA with the address, and they'd want to know what type of activity. They could be very specific. What we release depends on where we're at in the investigation.
That's my
So if
question.
it's still under investigation, we're able to deny the release of that information. If we get a warrant, once the warrant's signed, then that information is released. So at some point, all of what we
I
do.
just, if somebody does report something confidentially, and it's up to you, but I just assume it remain confidential.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So nobody gets into trouble further down the line.
Are you talking about if they send us information?
Yes.
Oh, if they send us information, that's just confidential.
You
Unless
can't FOIA the stuff.
No,
That's the question.
No.
Okay.
That would just be giving us information. If they put their name in and want to be contacted, and our detectives give them a call and they provide that information, then we'll generate a report.
Right.
If we don't have that information, we just document the fact that we received an anonymous complaint so we can justify our actions.
Okay, and so as long as everybody's
Yeah.
covered further down the line.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
some people, yeah, as far as the drug houses, I mean, those are coming in right now through the website. You know, they give us information.
Cool.
There's a site, email the sheriff, and we get complaints, attaboys, and tips.
Very good. Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner Dujay. Commissioner Sauger?
Yeah, Sheriff, I've asked this question many a time, not to you, but it happened probably about 10 times in the last week. These TV stations constantly say about crime being committed or something's going on, and all they say is call your local police department. Why don't they start giving a phone number of where these people can call? Especially some seniors that might be older than me, don't even know where the heck that community is, and they want to report something. But I don't know if you've seen it, but I have. Call your local police department. Maybe you could bring it up with your Sheriff's Association meeting.
We do, any type of press release, we'll put a specific number in, just because,
Okay.
again, if we're looking for information and, you know, a detective has the case, and we put that detective's number in there, and they go home either at 5 o'clock or are working afternoons, and we may miss out on a good tip. That's why we would call our front desk, where there's gonna be there 24/7, and if they can act on that information and wake everybody up and come to work. So, we're on that.
Thank you, Commissioner Sauger. Vice Chair Carabelli?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you. Actually, this is kind of neat stuff. I like it. I look at a lot of things that we have here in the county, and most of us don't know about them because we don't get the word out enough. And if you don't know that, there's also a link that I think should be almost put on your page as well, and it's the one that we have at the Road Commission, that you can get notified of accidents, backups, road closures, real time, and they get opened back up. So if you don't know about it, and be careful which button you hit, because you'll be getting tweets if that's what you want it, and it'll blow your phone up, or they'll give you emails or however you want it. That information's there, and I guess we got to do a better job of disseminating it. With that said, there's also apps out there. So when somebody goes to look for a house, such as myself, you know, you go on the sex offenders list, and you go ahead and you sign up so you can see if there's any sex offenders that live by where you live. My question is that, you know, even the app Life 360 has a thing, it'll show you incidents of larceny or whatever it is in a community. And I think this is all great, and now to tie it all together, to kind of make it, I mean, 'cause I think infancy, this is a great thing. I see you collaborating with the other communities in our county, and I see you applying for some grants from the federal government to really be the front runner on this and say, hey, no, this is what we got going on, because obviously it's going to be a benefit for the FBI. It'll be a benefit for everybody.
Yep.
And I see long-term great things with something like this. So I do commend you on that. I would ask you to, Commissioner Kraft said, you know, the other communities, I think that'd be a great thing, and maybe even charge them a little bit for, you know, and then you get a little bit on the other end.
Right.
With that said, I think this is great, and keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, and I just checked, we do have a link on our page to the Department of Roads on the traffic issues too, so like I say, we're reaching out.
Thank you, Vice Chair Carabelli. Commissioner Brown?
Thank you. Along the lines of Commissioner Carabelli was saying about having numbers that can't be information, are people still calling you for 911 for potholes? Pothole season today. People still
You
share.
had to bring that up, did you?
Yeah,
Yeah, yes. No, we have not had any yet, but
yeah, good.
don't bring that up talking to you. There's going to be a press release in about 10 minutes there. Thanks, Commissioner.
I just thought someone should know better than that, bring up those questions. Don't blame me. But anyway, be curious to see a chart to see what our jail population is by community too. This is interesting to see where the crimes happen. Bet you cover based on where your department's at. Be curious to see a run sheet of where the last record of origin as address is for who's sitting in our jail.
You know, I think we're able to get that through another program. Actually was developed when we were doing our jail study.
Just be a snapshot. I mean, it's a snapshot in time, but just to get a flavor of what the mix is, and out of county, out of state, who knows what they're all at. That'd be kind of interesting look, but very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Brown. Seeing no other speakers, we have a motion on the floor for receive and file. If you'd please vote on your iPads. I don't have one. How come I don't have one?
Just remember to thank IT and planning. They did all the work. We just helped out, so.
Okay, mine is there. Motion passes. We'll go to 6B, which is Hope, Not Handcuffs, and Families Against Narcotics. There's an update. We have Ms. Donovan here. Ms. Donovan, if you would.
Yes, hi. Thank you.
Hi. You can do anything you want to do.
Sheriff, are you in a position to discuss a little bit about what, that we're out looking at architectural firms for the?
Oh.
I mean, would you, I don't want to put you on the spot if you're not, but just to kind of let the board know that that's in place.
I'm sorry, Kate, I'm sorry. They're going to be very nice to you when I'm done, okay? We put out an RFP at the end of the year. We've got 4 vendors that have responded. The 18th and 19th, Thursday and Friday. We have set up interviews with the 4 vendors, one in the morning, one in the afternoon on both days. We've put a okay.
When you guys phone, mine didn't like that.
Phones or something wrong with the sound.
Yeah. That's off.
You hear it? I can hear it. What is it? Go ahead, Sheriff.
All right, we're going to go take 2. All right, so we put out an RFP for architectural a company to come on in and do the analysis and architectural work on what we want to do into the future. The presentation that I gave at the end of last year referenced the jail. And so we have 4 vendors that responded to the RFP. We've set up a committee with my staff, with a member of the Board of Commissioners, the Executive's Office. We have representation from Circuit Court Judge, District Court Judge, and
Probate? No.
okay, so I think that was, and yeah, I think that was it. There's Lynn, F&O, Facilities and Operations, right, from a building aspect. So we're going to do interviews, 2-hour interviews on Thursday and Friday, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and we are going to take a look and get the best company to dive into this. I'll be back probably next month if we get in time, if not the following month to look at this and get a company in and get it going. So don't want to tip the hand or say where I want to go, but I have some ideas, and it's what with this company, whichever company we get, we have some ideas where we can go into the future.
Okay. Thank you, Sheriff. Thanks for keeping us in the loop.
Okay, anytime.
Okay, Ms. Donovan, I believe you're up. Sorry for the delay.
It's okay. He did. Thank you. I'm Katie Donovan, and I just wanted to give a little update on Hope Not Handcuffs. Thank you for the invitation. As you know, this program started February 1st of the previous year, and we had no idea what to expect at all. Obviously, we've never done a program like this before. And when we started it and launched it, we did it countywide, which was phenomenal. And little did I know, but we were actually the only county to launch this countywide in the nation. Since then, we have grown tremendously. We now have 33 police departments participating in 5 counties. We are on track to add on 23 more police departments by first quarter. It's growing like leaps and bounds, and we're getting reach outs not only throughout the state of Michigan, but throughout the country of how can we do a program like this. And what makes us different than some of the other models that are out there is that it's volunteer driven. I went to a conference in Boston, and little did I know, but we were recognized as the most successful program that's happening right now in the nation. Our program here in Macomb County. There are 335 other models throughout the nation that are doing this, and we were recognized as the most successful. It's just unbelievable, and it wouldn't be possible without our community partners. That's what this is about, is the unity. This isn't just one person's program or one organization. This is a true community effort. As of about an hour ago, I checked my phone. Since February 1st, we have helped 826 people into treatment. It's been the most rewarding thing that I've ever done. And not only that, we're not only helping those that are struggling heal, we're helping their families heal. We're helping the community heal. We've created an alumni program as well, and we call it Hope Heroes, to really keep them engaged. That's part of the hole that I had seen in the recovery process. Is treatment is one thing, and when they get out, they don't know what to do. So they go back to their ways. We're really trying to keep them engaged with a lot of service work, volunteering, and making sure that they're in a safe and secure environment. So it's growing, it's crazy. We just got a big grant from Blue Cross that will allow us to actually pay someone now because we've all been volunteering. That will really be tremendous for us. And Blue Cross actually just let us know a couple of days ago that they would like to officially partner with us. I don't know exactly what that means, but it certainly sounds exciting, right? And as far as FAN, I think because of Hope Not Handcuffs, FAN has expanded as well. We now have 26 chapters throughout the state of Michigan. We just opened up our first out-of-state chapter in North Carolina, and we have 7 more to launch. Really by first quarter as well, out of state. Well, it's kind of a Cliff Note version, but it's been an exciting run. I know you guys want to get out of here, so I made it quick. Any questions at all?
Thank you, Ms. Donovan. I need a motion to receive and file before discussion. Mr. Brown and Commissioner Leonetti. Okay, commissioners that would like to speak on this would be no speakers. Chair Smith, I think you wanted to say something.
Oh, there, now he's off.
Yep, there, you're up. All right, great. Chair Smith.
Hi.
Thank you for coming. It's an awesome program, and I'm not sure, I mean, sometimes we get people that come in here and talk about these awesome programs, and then a year later, everybody kind of forgets a little bit of what they are. So, I mean, in a Cliff Note version, would you mind kind of giving the rundown again of how it works?
Sure.
Because people do listen to this, I don't know why, but on YouTube, afterwards. But
Okay.
And then I have a question for you also. I know we did a county-wide rollout. Is every department in this county a part of this, right? That's
Every
what I
single
thought I remembered.
department, including the Macomb Community College department, which I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, they're also involved in the program. So the premise of Hope Not Handcuffs, someone can walk into a participating police department, ask for help with if they're struggling with any kind of addiction, whether it be alcohol, substances. It could be gambling. We will help you no matter what. And that officer on duty does a safety check, a pat down, and then they call our angel, and an angel arrives usually within about 20 minutes. We make some phone calls and we get them embedded into treatment. The process on average has been taking about an hour and a half total by the time that the participant arrives and by the time that we've placed them into treatment. We also have a partnership with 3 private EMS, Universal, MedStar, and Superior, where they have offered their mobile crisis units to transport them into treatment. If it's a long wait, we certainly don't want to take away from their emergency services, then we will utilize Uber, but many times they have a family member that will take them as well. If someone is uncomfortable to walk into a police department, we also have an online form that they can fill out, and we do everything over the phone as well.
Thank you. It's a wonderful program. Thank you.
I see another commissioner on, looks like Mr. Drollet. Commissioner Drollet?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just don't really have a comment, but rather a question, but rather the fact that this is voluntary work is amazing and shows great community spirit and caring for the people in the community. And the other thing that I think is important are these people are able to get help without worrying about being arrested or something. I mean, this is a recognition that these people have, that they have a problem they want to take care of, they want to deal with. And there's that fear that, if they go to the police department, they're going to get arrested and put in jail, when what they really need is somebody to help them through this and help them overcome that problem. So I don't have a question, but my comment is just this. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Drollet. Commissioner Brown? You pass. I have just a couple of questions, if I may, and I said I'd be nice.
Absolutely.
Okay. You
Really
said
want
this
to make
program,
this quick?
this program started again when?
February 1st,
February 1st. You said approximately 800 in the program.
826
Okay. Do you maintain a record of repeat offenders?
offenders.
Repeat whatever?
Yes, we do. We do.
They're offenders.
Yeah.
You do maintain a record. So I'm sure that we're going to have a meeting prior to you doing this. This is February. Can you bring us a record of how many of those people are repeaters the next time we have you in front
I
of us?
could provide numbers for you, but not specific names due to
No, we
HIPAA.
don't need names. I just need the
Yeah.
numbers.
Sure.
If you could do that for us next meeting, I'd appreciate
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely.
Any other commissioners? I see no other commissioners on here. Ms. Donovan, I thank you for coming. We were nice to you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, there's a motion on the floor to receive and file. I need your vote, please, on your iPads. I guess I voted. Motion passes. Item 7 is the proclamation commending Hope, Not Handcuffs, on their first anniversary of the program. This is a motion that we want to recommend to the full board. I don't think we need to read the proclamation, but we need a motion to receive Mr. Brown and Commissioner Leonetti. Any discussion? No discussion? Please vote on your iPad. Motion passes. Item number 8 is new business. Any new business on the board? Chair Smith?
I do have some new business. We're gonna, we passed the motion creating an older persons advisory council. It's time, we're gonna start, I think the next meeting, we're gonna have it on the agenda. We're gonna put it out for the public to apply for these positions. Each commissioner will have a pick in their district of somebody, and I have 4 at-larges that if anybody has more people in their district than they, than one that they would like to submit, I'd be happy to hear about, them for one of the at-large positions. We do have some pretty good ideas on what they're going to be, at least an overview of what we'd like them to take a look at to start. But we're going to do this starting, what's today? Wednesday, tomorrow's meeting, I believe, and then look for submissions by the end of the month. All right, and that'll do it for all of you that missed the bicentennial celebration down in the lobby. It was very nice and very tastefully done.
Thank you, Chair Smith. Item number 9 is public participation. Young lady, is there something you wish to speak? Nothing you wish to say. Item number 10 is adjournment. Motion to adjourn by Commissioner Duzick, supported by Commissioner Kraft. Do we need to vote? We need to vote on our iPads. This meeting is adjourned.